Sometimes a single letter can carry the weight of 1,000 broken dreams, and sometimes that one letter finds the one heart strong enough to change everything. Last night, a widowed son named Daniel Hayes opened a small, crumpled envelope that made his entire world stop. Inside it was a shaky, childish handwriting. Sir, I don't want toys. I don't want clothes that I just want a home for my mom. She cries every night. Can you help us? Lily, age 7 inch, he read it once, twice, at a third time. And for the first time in years, a man who had built an empire felt his chest tighten with a kind of pain he had tried to forget. But this story doesn't start with Daniel. It starts with a little girl standing outside a large charity drop box with her mother's old pen in her hand. Lily and her mom, Sarah, had been living in a tiny, broken, leaky one-room rental. Her mother worked double shifts, cleaned houses, did whatever she could. Yet most nights, they went to sleep hungry. The landlord had warned them the rent was increasing, and Sarah was already behind. That night, when Sarah thought Lily was asleep, she cried silently, thinking her daughter couldn't hear, but Lily did. Mom, why are you sad? She whispered. Sarah quickly wiped her tears. I'm fine, baby. Just tired. But Lily shook her head. You say that every night. The next afternoon, while her mother was at work, Lily wrote a letter. She didn't know who would read it. She just hoped someone would. A volunteer found the letter and placed it with charity mail. By pure fate, it landed at the office of the richest widower in the city, a man who hadn't smiled in 3 years since the death of his wife and unborn child. Daniel held the letter all night. He could not sleep. He could not forget the name Lily, because that was the name he had planned for his daughter. Before sunrise, he got in his car, found the address scribbled on the letter, and drove to the poorest neighborhood in town. He knocked on their door. Sarah opened it, eyes tired, hair tied loosely, surprised to see a tall, well-dressed stranger on her doorstep. Are you Sarah Mitchell? He asked. Yes. Can I help you? She replied cautiously. Daniel took a small breath. I'm here because of a letter. Her heart dropped. A letter? Then Lily appeared from behind, rubbing her eyes. Mom? Who is this? Daniel slowly knelt down. Are you Lily? She nodded. I read your letter, he said softly. It was very brave. Sarah's eyes widened in shock. Lily, what letter? Lily held her mother's hand tightly. I just wanted you to stop crying. Sarah covered her mouth as tears filled her eyes. Daniel looked around the house. The peeling walls, the broken heater, the empty cabinets. Something inside him cracked. Without hesitation, he said, Pack a few things. We're leaving. Sarah stepped back. Excuse me? We don't even know you. Daniel swallowed, voice trembling. I'm not here to hurt you. I lost someone too, and I couldn't save them. But maybe I can help you. There was sincerity in his eyes, raw, deep, undeniable, still confused, still scared, but desperate. Sarah agreed to talk. They sat at the small table as Daniel explained everything. The letter, the sleepless night, the feeling he couldn't ignore. Sarah was silent. Then she said softly, Why us? Daniel looked at Lily. Because your daughter reminded me that kindness still exists, and because no child should worry about a roof over their head. He offered them a fully furnished apartment, safe, warm, near the school, no conditions, no expectations. Just help. Sarah burst into tears. I can't accept charity, she whispered. It isn't charity, Daniel said. It's a promise that nobody cries alone again. Lily ran to him and hugged him tightly. Something he didn't expect. He stiffened at first, then slowly wrapped an arm around her, eyes burning. That was the first genuine hug he had felt in years. Within days, their life transformed. New home, warm meals, a school for Lily, a part-time job with dignity for Sarah, offered by Daniel himself. not out of pity, but because he saw her strength. Weeks passed, and something even more unexpected happened. Daniel started visiting often, bringing books for Lily, helping her with homework, having coffee with Sarah. Their tiny apartment slowly filled with laughter, something neither of them knew they were missing. One evening, Lily said innocently, "Mom, when Daniel is here, you don't cry anymore." Sarah's cheeks flushed. "Lily," but Daniel just smiled gently. That it wasn't planned, it wasn't expected, that it wasn't rushed. But two broken hearts simply fit. The climax came the day Lily asked, "Can we stay in this home forever?" Daniel froze. He knelt beside her and whispered, "I'll make sure you always have a home. I promise." Sarah looked at him, tears shining. "You already gave us more than we ever dreamed." "No," Daniel replied softly. "You gave me something, a reason to live again." And in that moment, standing in the soft evening light, three people with different pasts realized something. Home isn't walls. Home isn't rooms. Home is where broken souls learn to breathe again. Together, the Lily's letter didn't just ask for a home. It rebuilt one inside a widowed CO, inside a struggling mother, and inside a little girl whose courage changed all their lives. Sometimes, the smallest voices create the biggest miracles.